I used to watch porn very, very occasionally, but usually, like bad addictions, they start when you just start something small. I'm just gonna start this, and then it goes bad, and that's what happened to me. I started watching porn maybe like one, two times a week. It was like special. It was it was a treat for myself. But it got worse over time. I started spending more and more time watching porn. Sometimes it was like 3 to 4 times a day. And this was basically, I wouldn't say every single day, but every day, maybe once a day porn. But there were days where it was like 3 to 4 times, if you know what I mean. Like for me, I really like looking back. I can see how much this like basically fucked me up. Not just mentally that I was like, you know, unmotivated, undisciplined, undriven, but physically, like I lost a lot of energy. And then what I did next, I was basically just play video games and do nothing. Feel sorry for myself, feel sad, and not really get anywhere. And I saw a problem with this because looking back now, it could have been maybe a worse problem. I'm not sure, but I want to talk about how I was losing my virginity. Why is this relevant? Well, for me, I was back then I was on NoFap. So the reason I'm saying NoFap is because I took it as a challenge. It wasn't like a different lifestyle. I just basically took it as some sort of challenge to, do because everyone else was doing it. And I knew at that time that porn and masturbation was bad, but it was difficult to get rid of it. It was difficult to quit and just to not do it again. Like if you've tried it before, it's like impossible just to be like, yeah, you're gonna say, oh, this is the last time I'm gonna jack my wiener, and then I'm never gonna do it ever again. And no, I'm gonna be so mad at myself if I do it again. And then literally like the next day or a couple of hours later, you do it again. So the reason I want to talk about me losing my virginity is because there are so many young guys who think it's super important to lose their virginity, but maybe the way you do it differently than me because I literally just went on Snapchat. I was literally just looking for a hookup. I I always had this like I would say horny primal urge in me just to like just to like have a proper shag or something. I've never done it before, so I was like, well, we gotta experience it. We gotta experiment it. And I don't think, I know I went about it the wrong way. I can sit here and I can fully admit that what I did was wrong. There was, yes, some people might look at it, it's normal, but there was far better ways that I could have, like, lost my virginity. Because I literally just went on Snapchat, added a bunch of girls, and then eventually it's a numbers game. Anyone can do this. I'm not saying go do it, and please don't do it because I'll get to this later on. So anyway, I messaged this guy. I messaged a couple others, and some wanted, but then I looked at them. They weren't really attractive, so I like let it off. But I met up with this girl, and we clicked kind of like I felt comfortable around her. She felt comfortable around me, and we did it. And then I remember dropping her off home. And I remember texting friend at the time. He wasn't like the best friend. He was a degenerate as well, but he was a nice guy. I remember texting him that, yo, bro, I finally lost my virginity. And I literally replied, finally got my little and also I got my own little hoe because she told me if you want to do this again, just message me. And I already knew she was a slut. And to be honest, once I like did it with her and I was driving home, I wasn't feeling like any better. Because when you, for example, I had a lot of speeches in school, we've done a lot of plays in school, and it's always very nervous, like nerve wracking to go do it. But once you do it, yes, it's really like nervous and you're shy and everything. Once you do it and once you get it over, you feel this like relief, you feel this joy, you feel this pleasure that I can't really explain, but it's just there. And with this, it wasn't like that. I just sat home driving and I was like, okay, cool. Like, did I build a connection with this girl? Found out later that I did. Bad way. And then fast forward a couple of days, she came to mind, we did it again, and then we spent cuddling all the night, sleeping together, blah blah blah, like actual sleeping, and it's like, yeah, we built this connection, but over sex. So we fell in love through sex. And that was that was genuinely like a mistake I made. Because I had so many emotions down that were telling me like this girl is not okay. This girl is not the right one. And I ignored it because I literally just wanted some stinky hole. So I'll get like literally being a virgin is fine. I'm not saying that you have to be a virgin till you're 26 because losing your virginity, in a way, it's great because you stop building this stupid fear. It's in your mind. It's all your mind game. Like, and then yeah, once you get a girl back home and this a girl you actually like and you want to connect with and you're shit at sex, then maybe she might see it as something bad. Maybe she might not. But stop hating on yourself that you're a virgin because I did. I got a bit bullied for it. Not really bullied, but teased. But look, I know that we're men. You're primal. You just want to go and sleep with a bunch of women. So if you're actually gonna want to do this, connect with someone first. Do it with someone that you like talking to, because it's gonna feel far better with that person than if it's just some. So like yeah, I gotta say with my ex girlfriend it was nice, but it was always her past that haunted me. So I probably never got to enjoy it. I want to talk about problems when you watch too much porn. And I'm not sure if you've heard about this before, but they call it a death grip on your. Basically, when you're like ripping one out, you go harder and harder squeeze on your own cock. Sorry to be so vulgar and vivid, detailed, but you go harder and harder until you ejaculate. So basically, watching porn every single day with this hard grip, just ripping one out, you are going to basically design your dick to only ejaculate and feel great when you do it by yourself. So then I want to talk you, and this is really where it gets dark because I'm not saying something I just heard. I've experienced this myself. Because when you like have sex with a girl, her pussy, sorry for being so vulgar, but I need to tell you this. Her pussy isn't that tight as your hand. yes, even if she's a virgin and she's like tight, it's still not the same as when you masturbate. So that's the genuine problem with like porn and masturbation, is when you're doing this every single day, 3 to 4 times a day, you get so used to it. So then when you go have sex with a girl, you're kind of soft. And I'm gonna say this from my like bottom of my heart. This happened to me, not my first time, but I couldn't bust it not the first time I did it. She literally had to get off and say, "Okay, I'm gonna finish you with head." I don't want to go into details, but and then throughout the relationship, this happened a couple of times where there were so many times where it was just soft. It was like hard soft, and I was looking at her. She was looking at me. She's like, "Why isn't it hard?" And I'm just like, I literally just did this, and it is quite embarrassing. And I mean, fuck, because the girl will think, she will start to overthink. She will start to overthink so many things like, am I not attractive? Am I not good enough for him? All this kind of stuff. In some cases, it might be true, but still, you can't. Your brain is so functioned to this porn, to masturbation. And brother, the reason I'm telling you this is because I've went through this shit. I literally just want to help you. I want to save you from this. So when you have sex, you don't sit there looking at her in missionary position with your soft dick, and you're like, "Oh, I can't do this." Because your cock's literally soft, and then she just has to suck you off with some little Johnson that's soft as. So the reason I'm telling you this is because I went through this. So many guys have went through this. I want to talk about this one fellow in a sec, but so many people have gone through this, and you don't have to. Like, literally, if you stop watching porn, if you stop masturbating, you're not gonna have these problems. These problems arise from masturbation. They arise from watching porn because your mind is so set that, imagine you just jerk off for 2 years every single day, maybe 3 to 4 times a day, some days it gets really bad. Now your brain is used to watching porn, it's used to masturbating at your little phone. Now when you get with a girl, your brain's going to be like, well, this is something completely different. So then that's going to happen where you're going to have a soft dick. You're just not going to be able to perform even if you'd love to. Maybe you have some anxiety or something over the situation. And I want to mention this one YouTuber because I'm I'm not going to mention his name, but I saw a video from him. You guys might find it or something, but this really like hit me is he spent $20,000 on OnlyFans models, which is a lot of money. 20,000. Now this guy is jacked. He looks good. He's got like a nice car. He's got everything, but he was literally struggling with porn addiction for 10 years. A lot of people struggle with for 5, and that's even bad, but for 10 years. He said that there were so many times where with his girlfriend or some girl, like he could never have sex because he got to a point where he actually had erectile dysfunction, which basically means that you can't get it up. You can't get it up to a girl because your mind is so focused on like OnlyFans, on Pornhub, on masturbation that you genuinely just can't put it into a girl, and this destroys you. I feel like if I wouldn't have stopped my porn addiction where I was, I probably would have gotten into a state like that as well. And a lot of young men are in a state like that that they don't even know that they are, or they are slowly getting into it. This guy literally had an erectile dysfunction and it hurt him so much. So, yes, he's good looking. He's probably charismatic. He's jacked physique. He's got like the money, but he's struggling with a porn addiction. And when you struggle with a porn addiction or OnlyFans addiction, when you spend $20,000 on OnlyFans models, it genuinely it genuinely messes up your brain. It's just, yeah, it's fucked. I'm genuinely so glad that I've been able to come out of this addiction. That I've been able to stop this. And even thinking like I was 12, 13 years old when I started this, like I should have still been playing outside, climbing trees, breaking sticks. And which I did at school. I mean, I'm very thankful for my parents that I was in a great like school because we did a lot of outside like stuff. But yeah, I can imagine what it's like when you're in a school where no one likes you. You know, you have nothing good to do, you're getting bullied, and then you just go home, play video games, and watch porn. I can imagine because I've had stages like that as well. And it's really difficult, I understand, bro. The only way to get rid of this is focus on yourself. Don't be that social. I'm just gonna say this in like a vast way. Focus on yourself, but don't be like I'm just gonna focus on myself, king. Be that social king. So you want to still talk to a lot of people. I was in these pools. I was sitting in a spa, and this older guy, he might have been like 25. He just like asked me like, "Oh, does it get busy here?" He literally just said, "Does it get busy here?" And then we had this whole long conversation about where he's from, like what I'm from, like how it's like this, what's he doing? He's traveling, all this stuff. So talk to a lot of men because socializing is one of the best things you can do as a human being. And that also means talk to a lot of females because when you quit porn and you actually start to connect with like actual girls, you stop viewing them as on some pedestal or something. You will you will enjoy it. You will feel like 20 times better. So I'm literally just gonna say going on dates with these girls is fine. You know, if you kiss them or something, that's fine. If you like end up sleeping with them, that's your decision, but I find that fine because I'm not saying become a degenerate and go pull like bad girls, bad quality, but if you genuinely like spending time with this girl and you connect with her, and then I don't know, one thing leads to another, and you start ending up having sex because you want to be focused more red pill than blue pill. But you end up having sex, blah blah blah. This happens. It's fine because you're not just, you know, fucking this girl and she's a complete Jessica and you just hate her and you don't like spending time with her, you know? So the sex with the girl that you actually connect is going to be far better than the sex with the girl that you don't connect. Because at the end, we're men, we've got these primal instincts in ours. Like, look at yourself. Think in your brain, like, I get this all the time. I'm just like, I just want to go impregnate like 50 beautiful women. That's just like my primal instinct. Of course, I'm not gonna really sometimes act on it, but you have to understand what's black and what's white. Like you have to understand what you have to do, what you don't have to do. So like learn from other people's mistakes. Sometimes there are times where you have to learn from through your mistakes. Like I genuinely recommend talking to a lot of females because I'm not at that stage where I'm talking to tons, but I want to get to it because I've talked to like if you, not by through cold approaching, but just like talking to some, like, I don't know, gym, the lady at the gym receptionist or something, and it makes you feel better. Or when you go somewhere and it's females and you just like, cashier is a female and you struck up a little conversation, you feel better. You get more of that like female energy into yours, which makes you like happier in a way. So do this. Please stop watching porn. Like, I hope I could have. This video wasn't more of like a how to stop watching porn. It was more like the problems with porn, and I'll probably name it like advice to my younger self, because I wish I heard this when I was 12 and I was 13 years old. Click here to watch this next video. See ya.